So we're here with Matt Ghaffari at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's honors weekend, and Matt's being inducted as a distinguished member here, as a member of the Hall of Fame. Matt, what was your first thought when you got word that the Hall of Fame wanted to induct you this year along with all the other greats of wrestling?
Oh, I was really excited. It's a dream come true. I remember as a young wrestler in high school and college coming through this place. Never could imagine, wrestling to end up in this place. I was a late bloomer. I didn't wrestle to my junior year in high school, so I always was catching up. But it was great. It's the best feeling in the world.
Now, you said you didn't wrestle till junior in high school. Talk about, you were born in Iran and then came to the United States. What did you know about wrestling as a younger kid, and why did you decide to go and get involved in the sport when you became a high school student?
Well, wrestling is the #1 sport in Iran, and we all wrestled. I had 3 brothers. We used to break furniture and just get into the brawl, but that was just fun. When I came to United States, I played football. I did a lot of different sports, and wrestling was not my first choice, but my coach in high school was also my teacher, talked me into it, and it was a great sport. Enjoyed it.
What made you want to wrestle in college? And then talk about your journey, how you ended up at Cleveland State, because that's not where it started, right?
Yeah, I wrestled 2 years for Fairleigh Dickinson University in Teaneck, New Jersey, and I got my AA degree, and then I got a scholarship to Cleveland State, and I moved to Cleveland, Ohio, and wrestled there for a couple of years on Division I, and after that started the Olympic journey, being a freestyle alternate and then Greco-Roman.
Now, at one point you made a decision. You wrestled freestyle. There was a pretty good wrestler from Jersey at the weight at the time, a guy named Bruce Baumgartner, 4-time Olympian, medalist each time. Obviously, winning in freestyle was difficult. When did you decide to try Greco, and why did you end up choosing that style for yours?
I did freestyle and Greco for almost one Olympic year. 4 years, and I was doing really well, but Bruce wasn't retiring, and Greco-Roman was my upper body strength. I was excelling, and after taking second in the world in 1991, I went 100% Greco-Roman, and 96 was an ultimate success with a silver medal.
Talk about the training center. You spent some time out in Colorado Springs working at the athletes and the coaches that were there. How did being involved at the Olympic Training Center help you as a competitor?
Well, it's a great story because I was on the executive board of USA Wrestling as a athlete representative, and we always had a dream of having wrestling as a resident athlete. But we had 2 problems. Nobody wanted to move there who was nationally ranked. Also, we didn't have a coach. So my coach, Anatoly Petrosyan, Sunkist coach, and I, with the help of Jim Shear, inaugurated and moved to Colorado Springs to open a training center and start the residency program with the notion of the medal counts would increase. And a lot of the resident athletes have won gold and silver and bronze in World and Olympics.
Let's talk a little bit about your competition. In Greco-Roman, we had tough American heavyweights, and then we had really tough international heavyweights. Talk about your progression where you were able to become better in Greco and then be able to compete at the world level.
We had good training camps and good partners, and my goal and my understanding was always you try to be the Olympic and world champion. If you improve international rankings, you will improve domestic rankings. My partners were Byers and Rulon, which I trained and wanted them to push me. And after I retired, they enjoyed success for many years until recently Byers was #1, and before that was Rulon. And, internationally, Corellan was my biggest nemesis. I lost to him over 20 times. I started in 1989. First time I wrestled him in Concord Cup, 11-1 I lost. But no one scored a point on him in a long time, and that was a minor victory, but not to me. And in Atlanta, we went overtime, 1-0. I lost the gold medal.
Yeah, let's talk about Atlanta. That was a special time. You'd been in the Olympics, but this was your shot for a medal. Was in Atlanta in '96. What was good about that tournament as far as your performance, and what's your memory of the medal night when you wrestled Corellan in front of all the fans, sellout crowd in Atlanta?
Yeah, I had a long history because '91 I won a silver medal. So going to Barcelona '92 Olympics, I was picked to win a silver or gold. bronze wasn't even as automatic, and I got injured. I couldn't march in opening ceremony, and those days the rules was if you don't score, you get double disqualification. So I double disqualified against a bronze medalist, and I was really upset. With Atlanta being in our home country, and my last Olympics, I put all my energy, moved to Colorado Springs, and trained for 2 years, almost full time, and just be able to compete in front of high school, college, and many volunteer coaches and teammates and family members. It was an honor come true. I remember that sitting before the finals and thinking about it, that have nothing to lose, and you get brave to represent your nation, to just do the best you can. They never said Matt Ghaffari, they always said U.S. heavyweight, and that always motivated me that you represent not only the people from wrestling, Ohio, but the whole country.
Now, you're a naturalized citizen, and at one point you decided in the process that you were an American, and you wrestled with great pride for our country. Talk about, that you were crying when you got your medal, your silver medal in the Atlanta Games, and I know part of that was your pride of being able to represent America and win for them.
Well, we always visualize, we jump on a chair and look at the U.S. flag and we play the national anthem. We try to visualize being there, seeing yourself winning the medal. And when I stood in the podium and didn't hear the U.S. anthem, it broke my heart. Listening to the Russian anthem, that wasn't the deal. Thought I let the country down, and I felt really heartbroken. I couldn't control my emotions. Embassy dubbed me as the first tier of the Olympics because I was day 5, and until day 5, anybody who won a medal, silver or bronze, was jumping up and down, and they were surprised that I was upset for winning a silver medal.
Let's talk a little more about your career at the end. You made a run for 2000 and had a great final series against Rulon Gardner. Your memories about that match and then what you thought of when Rulon was able to beat Karelin?
Well, I predicted that either me or Rulon that we're going to beat Karelin because of the rule changes and the clinch, and also Karelin's age catching up with him. It was interesting because at the Olympic trials, I wasn't a favorite, so I went to the mini tournament. I had 5 overtime matches, and I really gave everything I had, and it just wasn't my time in 2000.
Now, when you decided to stop wrestling, you'd been in it quite a long time. What was part of that decision? I know a few years ago you came back out for a tournament or two, but...
I mean, mentally I still could do it, but physically with many surgeries, it was impossible. And a lot of times, to come to wrestle, it was fun just to make weight. It's just it's still a competitor and a mind game to see you could make the weight. The sport has changed and evolved, and it is a great sport. I always like to be around it. It's really hard for me to sit and watch. I got a coach, I got to walk around, I got to have a towel on my shoulder.
Yeah.
So it is, I'm always an athlete and an athlete's coach, so it's exciting for me.
Now, what are you most proud of as far as your accomplishments as a wrestler?
I think having not only the world and Olympic medal, but having a constant finishing with the 6 Pan American golds in Greco, having the most combined world and Olympic medal. For 10 years, I was ranked number 2 in the world and number 1 in the U.S. Beside Bruce Baumgartner, who did it in freestyle, which was I tried to mimic in Greco side. That's very important. I thought after I retired, my last world silver medal was in 1998, that within 10 years, by 2008, somebody's going to break my records. But there's still total of 4 world and Olympic I'm proud of, 4 World Cup gold medal I'm proud of. I have a lot of world and unique American records that is important to me.
So when you get around wrestling these days, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you enjoy seeing friends? Do you like working with young people?
I really enjoy the wrestling camaraderies, even going to high school, college, and Olympic level. I miss my teammates. I miss the trips. I miss coaching. I was just talking to a couple of my teammates. I used to go to Colorado Springs, roll around, and then start going to colleges, roll around, and now high schools, and now I have to start looking at junior high school level because the injuries and old age, kids are getting stronger, faster, and better.
So what's going to be a big part of this week? Are you having family down here? Is it going to be special to spend some time with people in this setting?
Yeah, my entire family's down here. My father couldn't make it, and my wife and two of my kids, they had school and work, couldn't get out of it. But my brothers are down here. It is a special time, and it is a dream come true. It's almost a closure for the many, many years of training and wrestling and working hard.
And, you know, I know you said you've been here before. Did you feel that during your career that this was a possibility for you?
No, I said when I came through here as a wrestler and a college wrestler, as a first nationals was in Stillwater, coming here, it was impossible, you know, seeing many of the Olympic champions. It's a dream come true.
Just a quick thought. Wrestling is being challenged as an Olympic sport. What's your thought about that, and why should wrestling be in the Olympics?
We got good news shortly that we are in a short list. That's like being in a semifinals in September or when they full board met. Wrestling used to be how the soldiers trained. It was the first, used to wrestle to death. But it's very important to know that from the modern era and the old Olympics, wrestling was always a core sport. It was a true test of countries competing from different weight classes. The many athletes are smaller, from lightweights to heavyweights to women. But it's very important to keep the young kids and also the Olympic sports. We've done the right measures by changing the rules and making it TV friendly and giving 2 for takedowns. Those are all important to make it friendly.
So, hey, congratulations, Matt. We've had a heck of a journey together. I'm very proud of you, and it's going to be fun this weekend.
I think Gary Abbott's name means byline of bios and stories from 1989 on. It was outstanding.
Well, we had a great time. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.